Welcome, brave souls, to the real Wild West. Strike the image of the sun-drenched hero from your mind. Tear down the Hollywood poster of the golden cowboy. Tonight, we descend into the shadows, into a gritty, monochrome reality where survival was merely a suggestion, never a guarantee. You might think you have the constitution to handle it, but trust me, there is a reason they called it wild. It was a place where the earth tried to kill you, and the people were just helping it along. Now, dim the lights. Let the shadows lengthen in your room. Listen to the wind outside. Is it just wind? Let's ease into tonight's nightmare together. Congratulations. You have just woken up in the American frontier of the 1870s. But before you open those big, hopeful eyes, breathe in, deeply. Do you smell that? It is not the fresh pine of freedom. It is the pungent perfume of unwashed bodies, rotting animal droppings, and raw sewage hanging heavy in the stagnant air like a physical curtain. Bathing here is a monthly luxury, a ritual performed only when the dirt becomes a second skin. Most settlers went entire winters without water touching their bodies. Why waste precious water on vanity when you need it to boil your beans? Drag your aching bones out of that bed, a straw-filled sack crawling with bed bugs that feast on you while you sleep. Every muscle screams, you are a farmer, a miner, a human mule. There are no weekends here, no vacations. Just the relentless grind from the gray dawn to the pitch-black dusk. You are 30 years old, but you look 50. Your spine is bent into a permanent question mark. You are merely a tool of flesh and bone, used until you break. And you will break. Your stomach growls, a beast demanding sacrifice. Breakfast is served. Beans, biscuits hard enough to shatter a window, and coffee. Ah, the coffee. Boiled until it begs for mercy, bitter as a widow's tears, and likely mixed with crushed eggshells or salt to hide the taste of rot. Drink up. The caffeine is the only thing keeping your heart beating in this desolate landscape. Nutritionally, you are starving while you eat. Fresh vegetables are a myth from a storybook. Meat is a salty, leather-like substance preserved with smoke because ice is a dream you once had. Your gums bleed, your teeth loosen and wobble in your jaw. Hello, scurvy, old friend. It is ironic, isn't it? Dying of vitamin deficiency in a land of plenty. Step outside your crooked little cabin. Check your boots. Always check your boots. Scorpions and snakes love the warmth of a human scent. One wrong step, one tiny prick, and you die frothing at the mouth, miles from help. You decide to visit the town. Do not expect a bustling civilization. Expect a haphazard collection of leaning wooden structures sinking into the mud. The streets are not paved with gold. They are paved with manure. Horse filth is everywhere, knee-deep in some places, a breeding ground for 1,000,000 flies that swarm your face. This filth brings the invisible killers: cholera, typhoid, smallpox. They sweep through these towns like a scythe, cutting down half the population in weeks. Death here is efficient, silent, and smells terrible. You seek comfort in the saloon. Push through the doors, not the swinging ones from the movies, but heavy, rough planks. It is dark, smoky, and smells of despair. The liquor isn't fine whiskey aged in oak. It is raw alcohol mixed with turpentine, tobacco spit, and gunpowder to give it a kick. One glass might blind you, 2 might kill you, but it numbs the pain of living, so you drink. Look around. Everyone is armed. But the quick-draw duel at high noon? A fantasy. Real violence here is messy, drunken, and dishonorable. It is a knife in the back in a dark alley. It is a shotgun blast from the shadows. Men kill over a spilled drink, a look, a card game. Life is cheap, and bullets are plentiful. And the law? The sheriff is likely just a man with a badge and a bigger gun, often a criminal himself last week. In many places, justice is a mob with a rope. Vigilante justice. If they think you stole a horse, you hang. No trial, no jury. Just a tree, a rope, and the long sleep before sunset. Innocent or guilty, it doesn't matter once your neck snaps. But the gun isn't the scariest thing here. Oh no. The true horror awaits you at the doctor's office. Medical care in the 1870s is a horror story written in blood. The doctor likely has no degree, just a bag of rusty tools. Anesthesia? Here is a stick to bite on and a shot of whiskey. Sterilization is a concept from the future. The surgeon wipes his knife on his bloody apron and cuts into you. A simple infected cut on your finger can lead to gangrene. The solution? Amputation. They saw through the bone while you scream. Mercury, arsenic, bloodletting. The cures are poisons. And for the women, childbirth is a game of Russian roulette. Mortality rates are sky high. 1 in 4 pregnancies ends in tragedy. Without hygiene, childbed fever claims mothers by the thousands. Men's diaries are filled with the entries of widowers left with screaming infants in a dirt floor cabin. And let us not forget the dentist. A pair of pliers and a strong knee in your chest. Most people simply let their teeth rot until the pain was enough to welcome the extraction. This is a world of chronic, untreated pain. You carry it with you like a heavy stone every single day. Perhaps you think you can escape. You will travel west on the Oregon Trail. 2,000 miles of purgatory. They call it the nation's longest graveyard. 10 deaths for every single mile. Think about that. Every 350 feet, a corpse lies beneath the wagon ruts. Cholera stalks the wagon trains. You are healthy at breakfast and dead by dinner, your body drained of fluids, leaving a husk. You bury your children on the side of the road and keep moving. You cannot stop. Winter is coming. The isolation is crushing. The silence of the prairie is loud enough to drive you mad. Prairie madness, they call it. The sound of the wind, the endless horizon, the loneliness that eats your mind until you scream just to hear a human voice. You are a tiny speck in a vast, indifferent wilderness that cares nothing for your hopes or dreams. And the weather? It is a god of wrath. Blizzards that freeze you solid where you stand. Tornadoes that erase entire settlements. Droughts that turn the land to dust. You live in a sod house, a dirt cave that leaks mud when it rains and rains snakes from the ceiling. There is no shelter. There is no safety. You see the diversity of suffering here. Chinese laborers blowing up mountains for the railroad, treated like expendable machinery. Black cowboys facing the same racism in a new setting. Native Americans watching their world end, their buffalo slaughtered in millions to starve them into submission, their culture systematically erased. This was not a land of opportunity for all. For many, it was the end of the world. And the miners? Chasing the glitter of gold in toxic holes. They inhaled rock dust until their lungs turned to stone. They were blown apart by dynamite. And for what? A few dollars a day while the owners in the East got rich. The Wild West wasn't a romance. It was a crucible. It took ordinary people and ground them down to their core. The ones who survived were not heroes in white hats. They were scarred, hardened survivors who learned to endure the unendurable. As the sun sets on your final day, look at the stars. They are the only beautiful, clean thing left. The darkness brings the coyotes, the cold, and the silence. You close your eyes, grateful for one more day of breath, wondering if you will wake up tomorrow. or if you will become just another ghost story whispered in the wind of the Gothic frontier. Sleep tight, and try not to let the bed bugs devour you.